So we're doing this the old-fashioned way. I am literally too lazy to walk across the street into my truck and grab my tripod. So we're going dove hunting tomorrow, and so there's a plug in here right now, but this is my first gun, technically. So I did a YouTube short on this gun, and that got, you know, a good couple hundred views, and I was like, well, I haven't done a full review on it yet, surprisingly, for as long as I've had it, and so I figured that's what we could do today, and that is what we're going to do today. I have this Black Hawk style AR stock on here, and we're going to get rid of that today as well. We're going to put on I have a Magpul SGA synthetic style stock. I've already put it on to make sure it fit and everything, but you know, this is just a simple pump action shotgun. And honestly, this is actually my first gun. I had a friend back in high school so we all lived in the middle of nowhere, you know, an hour to Walmart, 30 minutes to the hospital, to an hour for an actual hospital, 45 minutes to the gas station. And what had happened was all the kids at the high school worked on this fruit farm, and I worked on a ranch. I was about that life. They told the words Hillary for prison and SOS in a giant field, and actually a crop duster had flown over the field with its, you know, camera and got a picture, and it was kind of funny. Just dumb things, you know. And well, one of my friends, so all of his siblings are 6 foot plus, including his sister. And then he's, you know, 5'9", 5'6", because he has an immune disorder. And he was in the hospital for the entire summer and couldn't, you know, work. And he needed tires, he needed gas, and he hits me up and he's like, "Hey Darius, do you want to buy a boat?" And I'm like, "I don't need a boat. There's no need. I had no need for a boat back then. I really wish I would have got it, but I had no need for a boat." He's like, "Okay, you want to buy a truck?" And I was like, "Well, how much?" And he's like, $5 grand. And I said, "Okay, well, what's wrong with it?" He goes, "Transmission, leaf springs, wheel bearing." He just goes on a huge tangent. I'm like, "Okay, that's all fixable. How many miles?" And he's like, 340,000. And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm not paying $5 grand for that many problems with the vehicle." You know, I didn't know much about vehicles back then. I still don't. So then he's like, "Well, do you want to buy a gun?" I'm like, "Well, this is what, junior year of high school?" I'm like, "Well, how much?" He goes, $150. And I talked him down to $135, and this is what I ended up getting. I ended up getting a pump action shotgun, and the reason the stock is loose is because it's a pain in the ass. You have to bolt it all the way through the buffer tube on this AR style stock. We're being careful so we don't strip anything out. We're gonna go ahead and put on the Magpul stock, and I have a couple new attachments for it we're gonna throw on as well. It's a pump action shotgun, iron sights. It's got actual flip up iron sights, you know, just a V, you know, or a V in a post. The V is obviously busted. I'll do some close-ups here in a minute. And trigger guard, just need some JB weld. I'll probably throw some electrical tape on there for the morning. Does not have a safety. It doesn't even accept chokes. It is clear, for anyone who's wondering. Chamber's clear, magazine's clear. I'll show you guys that here in a second as well. I mean, overall, it's a decent gun, and just needs a little bit of work. And I think it's just a home build thing, because it says Revelation, and Revelation is a firearm brand. The stock is Revelation, but if you look at the internals, it's all Mossberg. It's the same internals as a Mossberg 500. You have the little ramp that comes up and catches you around. It all takes apart like a Mossberg. It's basically a Mossberg. It's even got the little Mossberg threads on the barrel. The threads on the barrel / magazine little thing. I'll show you all here in a second. But overall, that's the story time. We're gonna go and put that stock on here. Might be a little sweaty because I'm about to do some yard work. I just figured I'd talk about it. I had it in storage for like a year.
Wow.
And the barrel was just rusted to shit. And what I ended up doing is taking some gun oil, an old sock, and a penny. Now just spray it with gun oil. Take the penny, scratch a little bit. You won't scratch your barrel, but just rub with the penny. Take the sock and wipe. And I got all the rust off the barrel. There's still little flakes. But, I mean, overall for 150 bucks, it's not a bad 12 gauge. It does not have a safety, but the best safety is your mind, obviously. Yeah, it's overall a nice looking gun. And then overall nice. Yeah, that's my Mossberg. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Comment down below what you want to see me do next, and I'll see you next time. Oh my god, I'm trying to be a badass on camera. Oh my god, I can't do it sitting down. Anyways, take it easy guys. Peace.